And I brought stuff home.
You were right. I got the ranch packets. I'm so excited.
I brought some cute souvenirs. We've got a teddy. I need a name for him.
Do so much with some whipped cream cheese.
Ooh, they need to take that from the US because you can't get it in the UK.
This is a Canner Hotel. This is the best thing you've ever had in your life.
I spent over $2,000 in America over 2 weeks. We're going to do a big fat haul of everything I picked.
People still say that America is just full of unhealthy fast food, processed cheese, and soulless shopping malls. But how can we explain that just after 2 weeks of watching the World Cup, thousands of European tourists are willing to spend an additional $2,000 on American souvenirs? Forget those keychains, $2, or the Statue of Liberty models. Today, we will decode the top 10 cultural relics of America that are manipulating psychology and making European tourists cry for America every day. Watch until item number 3, and you'll understand why some ordinary things in America are more expensive than gold when brought back to Europe. Subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. The first item on the list is not an expensive handbag or a luxury tech gadget. It is a bottle of smooth white cream sauce.
For all of the foreigners that are here in America for the World Cup, who have fallen in love with ranch dressing and are trying to figure out how to get it home, it comes in packets.
I can't make this up. So I just got back from my workout class, and look what showed up at my door. Ranch! Hidden Valley Ranch sent me a big package.
But look, why has the security checkpoint at American airports turned into such a ridiculous underground battlefield? The Transportation Security Administration, TSA, even had to issue an official announcement: please refrain from hiding bottles of ranch dressing in your carry-on luggage. That's right, thousands of bottles of sauce are confiscated every day, not because they are dangerous, but because European tourists are so obsessed with this dish that they forget the 100 milliliters liquid rule. Can you believe it? They are willing to throw away some clothes and pay extra baggage fees just to protect these white gold bottles to bring back home. There is an interesting fact that few people know. This billion-dollar sauce empire originally came from a plumber in Alaska in the 1950s. In the US, ranch is a common staple priced at only $3, $4. But when it comes to England, its price on Amazon skyrockets to £10, which is about $2 for a bottle of sauce, 4 to 5 times more expensive. Why are the extremely picky and conservative European diners so thoroughly psychologically manipulated by a bottle of American dressing? Ranch is not just a condiment. Americans see it as a culinary cheat code, something that can instantly transform any bland dish into a rich one. Placed in the context of traditional European cuisine, especially British, which is often considered quite monotonous and only loyal to salt and pepper, the creamy, slightly tangy, and herbaceous flavor of ranch acts like a taste shock of freedom. It completely alleviates the tourist's fear of blandness when they return home. If you've ever been so enamored with a foreign spice that you wanted to bring a whole barrel home, please hit the like and subscribe button to support the channel. Your small interactions are a great motivation for me to continue creating in-depth analysis content like this. However, if ranch dressing is just the king of supermarkets in checked luggage, then item number 2 is a completely different legend. This dish is not found on grocery store shelves, but is the holy grail of a fast food cult so famous that European travelers are willing to stand in line for 25 minutes at the airport just to buy a few small jars.
Oh, this looks unreal, man. I've not even had it yet. I think this could be the best fast food joint about, genuinely. It's the best fast food I've ever had, because like...
The sauce.
Look at this guy's expression. He is trying Chick-fil-A, something that many tourists jokingly call the fast food cult of America. The first time they tried this small yellow sauce jar, their reaction was as if they had just found a new faith. Every year, millions of tiny Chick-fil-A sauce packets, the size of a hand, mysteriously disappear from trays, stealthily slipping into the bags of European tourists before crossing the Atlantic back home. This craze is so intense that the TSA once again has to headache over the long lines of travelers willing to wait 25 minutes at the airport just to buy a few more jars to take on the plane. So what is the secret formula here? In terms of taste, Chick-fil-A has created a perfect golden ratio between the smoky BBQ sauce, the sweet honey mustard, and the creamy mayonnaise. It is a balanced combination of sour, sweet, salty, and fatty that almost no food brand in Europe can replicate. But if it only stops at the flavor, that's not enough. From a socio-psychological perspective, this jar of sauce represents something deeper, self-serving narcissism. The first time stepping into Chick-fil-A, European tourists experience a sweet culture shock. A medium drink in the US is even larger than a large in the UK. And especially the classic phrase, "my pleasure," from the courteous staff, a service experience that has almost extinct in the bland fast food chains on the European continent. The Chick-fil-A sauce jar, therefore, is not just a condiment, it is a relic that evokes the feeling of being pampered to an absurd degree in America. If you find this analysis interesting, don't forget to like the video and leave a comment on whether you've ever experienced this my pleasure feeling. Putting aside the calorie-laden jars of sauce that shatter European tourists' diet dreams, after days of bombarding American cuisine, they immediately fell into another fear: how to maintain a dazzling Hollywood smile when returning home. And so, they had to turn to souvenir number 3, a personal item considered a forbidden weapon more precious than gold in Europe, which can only be found in American discount supermarkets. What is that item? Let's explore it right away. If you think European tourists' luggage is only filled with candy or dipping sauces, you're very mistaken. Many British tourists are willing to wait half an hour just for a Target employee to unlock the display case and gather a dozen boxes of Crest whitening strips at once. For them, this is definitely not just a regular shopping trip for personal hygiene products. This is a super profitable financial investment. Why does a budget beauty product, widely available on supermarket shelves in America, become a luxury hand-carry item, fiercely sought after when it returns to the old continent? The answer lies in the fascinating differences in legal regulations and aesthetic standards between the two continents. In the UK and EU countries, strict medical regulations limit the concentration of hydrogen peroxide in at-home whitening products to an extremely low level, below 0.1%. Therefore, high-efficiency whitening strips like Crest Professional Effects have almost completely disappeared from European store shelves. Wanting to whiten their teeth at home, they are forced to go to the dentist with costs reaching thousands of USD. Meanwhile, in the US, the Hollywood smile, the zero smile, has long become a symbol of neatness, class, and success. This enormous demand has led the American market to offer rapid whitening products priced at just a few dozen dollars, but delivering noticeable results. Taking advantage of grabbing Crest to bring home helps European tourists save a lot on dental expenses, while also achieving a dazzling smile that meets American standards. Does this practical souvenir surprise you? If you find these analytical perspectives useful, take 2 seconds to hit like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episodes. However, no matter how dazzling their Hollywood standard smiles are, European travelers cannot hide their fatigue and nightmares of insomnia caused by jet lag when flying back home. Therefore, they need another miracle, a type of sleep-regulating elixir disguised as sweet, fruit-flavored gummy candies that in Europe you can only get with a doctor's prescription. What is this gift number 4 that has the ability to manipulate sleep so wonderfully? Let's move on to the next item right away. If you've ever experienced a long flight across the Atlantic, you surely understand the feeling of exhaustion, but still being wide awake at 3 a.m. And that's why when European travelers step into CVS or Walgreens pharmacies in the US, they experience such a shock. A friend shared that she bought 3 to 4 large jars of melatonin gummies at once. Not only do they use it for themselves, but they are also excited to bring it back as a rescue gift for their friends at home who are struggling with insomnia day and night. For European tourists, these strawberry or blueberry flavored gummies are nothing short of a miracle that helps them drift into a gentle sleep and wake up refreshed the next morning. Why is there this strange difference? In most European countries, melatonin, the sleep-regulating hormone, is tightly regulated. To access high-concentration melatonin, you are usually required to undergo an examination and obtain a prescription from a doctor. But in the US, the multi-billion-dollar supplement industry has completely changed the game. They have gummified sleep, Melatonin is freely sold on store shelves like children's snack packs. From the perspective of modern society, this is the monetization of peace. Amid a life full of pressure and chronic insomnia, America has turned a complex medical issue into a sweet, soothing experience right in the palm of your hand. Sometimes, the peace after a long journey is simply a strawberry-flavored gummy bear. After a good night's sleep, thanks to the magical gummy candies, European travelers have to face another challenge right in their own kitchen, the monotony returning in every meal. There is a bitter yet humorous saying, "The English seem to know only salt and pepper to season every dish in the world." Because of that conservatism, when stepping into American supermarkets, European tourists are completely overwhelmed. They don't just buy 1 or 2 jars, they buy heaps of spices from Slap Ya Mama Cajun, Old Bay, to HEB or Kinder's barbecue rubs to take back and baptize their own kitchens. From a historical perspective, this is indeed a fascinating reverse spice trade. Europe once dominated the spice trade for 400 years, launching transoceanic voyages just to control pepper or nutmeg. However, by the 21st century, British tourists had to buy extra suitcases to carry jars of garlic powder and chili powder back home from the United States. The reason products like Slap Ya Mama or Trader Joe's Everything Bagel Seasoning Mix have created a sensation is because they break the stereotype of bland American food. American spices are a complex blend of BBQ smokiness, the explosive heat of chili powder, and the fragrant aroma of garlic, all created by those who consider blandness a personal affront. It helps Europeans easily turn a bland meal into a true feast for the senses right in London or Paris. Having a set of explosive spices to prepare a meal, but to complete an authentic American lifestyle, European travelers also need another weapon, a non-edible item that is creating an extremely crazy fashion and status symbol frenzy among European youth. What is that item that makes people willing to buy it back at 3 times the price in Europe? Let's move on to souvenir number 6 right away. Welcome to the item that has crossed the ocean to become the ultimate status symbol of European youth, the Stanley Quencher 40 ounces insulated cup. Look at these beauty vloggers. They hunt for it at Target stores in the US with the same focus as fashion enthusiasts hunting for Hermes bags. The funny thing is, a water bottle the size of a thermos keeps appearing in OOTD transformation videos, becoming a must-have accessory for gym sessions or street strolls among Gen Z in Europe. The truth behind this trend will make you laugh. Originally, the Stanley brand had been producing dull metal thermoses for over 100 years, intended for American construction workers or miners. But thanks to the power of the TikTok algorithm, it has undergone a historic transformation into a global fashion icon. In Europe, limited edition pink or red versions are always sold out, driving resale prices on e-commerce platforms up to 2 to 3 times the original price in the US. From a pop culture perspective, this cup represents the philosophy of supersize my life. The massive 40 ounces, equivalent to 1.2 liters, capacity perfectly reflects the American spirit. Everything must be big. Especially, the pointed design at the bottom fits perfectly in the cup holder of a car, a very American detail which European travelers make the most of during their road trips. Owning an original Stanley at its retail price in the US brings them an indescribable sense of pride. Do you think a thermos can become a fashion icon? Leave your comments below, and don't forget to give a like and subscribe to the channel to continue dissecting these interesting cultural phenomena with me. From a gigantic thermal mug, we will zoom in with souvenir number 7, a tiny item that fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. It's so small that you can fit it into every nook and cranny of your suitcase, yet it's so valuable that A-list stars in the US promote it widely, and it has captivated people in Europe who collect all 10 cents. Hey guys, have you ever thought that a bottle of hand sanitizer could become a chic and classy souvenir in the bags of European fashionistas? Look at these vloggers. They don't just buy one bottle to use, they gather the entire collection of various scents at Sephora. Why would a personal hygiene product, which is usually very dry and has a strong alcohol smell, make European tourists willing to fill the last remaining spaces in their carry-on luggage? This is a prime example of the top-notch user experience, UX, design thinking of Americans. Let's recall the traditional medical hand sanitizer bottles in Europe. Clunky, harsh, resembling medicine bottles, and emitting a strong alcohol smell. Touchland has undergone a spectacular transformation. They designed a flat, thin spray bottle with rounded corners, extremely comfortable to hold, and its appearance is just like a trendy mini iPhone. The liquid inside is not a sticky gel, but sprays out as a fine mist, dries instantly, and emits a subtle fragrance like high-end perfume. From a media perspective, Americans have succeeded in glamorizing the mundane. They transformed a boring personal habit into an aesthetic act and a public status symbol on TikTok. A small item, but elevates the daily experience to a luxurious standard. After preparing everything from smiles, sleep, to fragrant hands, European tourists head straight into the next maze that makes them completely lose control. The endless candy aisle in American supermarkets. Here, they find a dazzling candy containing an artificial ingredient strictly regulated in Europe, but with a burst of sweetness that makes anyone who tries it once become addicted. What is this souvenir number 8 containing the forbidden fruit red 40? Let's move on to the next item right away. Hey guys, there's a really interesting fact. Sometimes, what people desire the most are the things labeled as forbidden. Look at these British vloggers. They don't just buy a few bags of candy for the road, they gather whole boxes of Nerds, gummy clusters, Twinkies, or peanut butter M&Ms to bring back home. The funny thing is that they themselves are well aware that many of these brightly colored American candies contain the artificial color red 40, which is strictly regulated in Europe. But why are they still so enthusiastic about it? This phenomenon clearly explains the psychological effect known as the forbidden fruit effect. In Europe, food regulations prioritize natural, organic, and benign qualities, resulting in candies here having relatively safe and modest colors and flavors. Meanwhile, American candy manufacturers are masters at creating explosive dopamine reactions. Take Nerds clusters, for example. The combination of a sweet, chewy candy core inside and crunchy, tangy, vibrant candy pieces outside creates an incredibly stimulating sensory structure. The rich amount of sugar combined with eye-catching colors brings a sense of pure taste entertainment, something that the mild but gentle candies back home cannot replicate at all. Tourists buy whole boxes not just to eat, but to extend the vibrant taste of their vacation for a few more weeks. Can you resist the allure of these vibrant candy packages? Give a like to the video and subscribe to the channel to join me in decoding the remaining unique souvenirs. Goodbye to the sweet and stimulating candies. Souvenir number 9 will take us to one of the most unique cultural experiences in America. It's not located in the fashion capitals of Paris or Milan, but rather hidden in a gigantic gas station stop in the southern United States. What is it about this place that makes European tourists go crazy for t-shirts with seal prints and oversized pants? Let's explore the next section right away. If you tell someone to travel to Europe to buy a Chanel or Gucci bag, it sounds very reasonable. But going to America to be obsessed with a bag bought at a gas station is truly something out of a dream. An English customer described thinking about Buc-ee's as a free-spirited dream in their mind every day when returning home. From the pink leopard print bag, the t-shirt with the Buc-ee's beaver print, to the oversized cheap hoodie bought at Ross at 9 p.m. She wears them every day and considers them priceless treasures. Why do these items, which may seem very quirky at first glance, have such a tremendous appeal? This is the pinnacle of the commercialization of American road trip culture. Americans have transformed a typical gas station stop like Buc-ee's into an entertainment and shopping sanctuary with a distinctly Southern American flair. Owning a t-shirt featuring the Buc-ee's beaver mascot is a ticket that certifies a genuine journey through America. In addition, the quintessential American fashion style also captivates tourists with its big and tall size standards. The oversized fit of hoodies or t-shirts, along with the soft cotton material, provides a feeling of complete liberation from the tightness and constraints of the meticulous European fashion standards. Wearing an American hoodie at home feels like carrying the comfort and freedom of a long journey. And now, we reach the final souvenir, number 10. It doesn't sparkle, it isn't dazzling, but it holds the most esteemed position at the bottom of every European traveler's suitcase. Those are the small household miracle drugs that can solve daily problems with astonishing speed. What is this ultimate practical gift? Let's explore it right away. Located in the most prestigious position at the bottom of the suitcase of every European traveler leaving America are not usually sparkling luxury items. Instead, it's compact packs of household medications and small tubes of medical cream. Look at these vloggers. They gather dozens of Tide-to-Go stain removal pens and packs of Midol or Tums all at once. British tourists confessed that the Tide-to-Go pen's ability to instantly remove stubborn stains from clothes or Midol's rapid relief of menstrual pain are things that ordinary products back home simply cannot compare to. This choice reflects a very unique American philosophy: micro-optimization of life down to the smallest details. Americans may not pay attention to intricate hand-sewn cuts or the ancient traditions of Europe, but they are masters at creating instant problem-solving solutions. The Tide-to-Go pen helps you confidently tackle stains during a meeting. Tums lozenges rescue European stomachs from oversized greasy meals, or Midol helps women get through sensitive days as gently as possible. The convenience of mini-packaged products at Target or Walgreens supermarkets allows travelers to easily stockpile these handy weapons for use throughout the year. They are the clearest evidence of how America has optimized every moment in daily life. Looking back at this list of 10 unique souvenirs, we realize a truth. European tourists come to America not to collect luxury items or to adorn their appearances. The bottles of sauce flagged by the TSA, the packs of Melatonin gummies, or the old metal license plates have never simply been merchandise. They are evidence. Evidence shows an America filled with warmth, rich flavors, and an addictive convenience, a completely different experience from the scary headlines they used to see on television. America not only changed their minds, it took a piece of their hearts. If there were an empty suitcase today, which American item from the list above would be the first to appear in your luggage? Or do you have any other American masterpieces you would like to suggest? Please share in the comments section below. If you find today's video interesting, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next unique cultural decoding journey. The video content is for reference and entertainment purposes based on the personal experiences of online travelers. The use of medical products, dietary supplements, or cosmetics, such as Melatonin, Crest, Midol, should comply with the manufacturer's instructions and the legal medical regulations in your country.